All right. Good morning, everybody. Jeremy Brunansky here with Brunansky's Vlog. It's Monday morning. It's 10 a.m. PST. That means it's time for another episode live right here on YouTube. So thank you, everybody, for joining me again today. Another special edition where we're going to take a look at the weekend box office. We're going to take a look at some Super Bowl ads as well as some of the new trailers that dropped during the Super Bowl as well. So in case you aren't a football fan, there is still some good stuff that you could catch in between the game during the commercials. So we'll take a look at some of those as well, just to share my thoughts on them real quick. And then down in the comments, you guys can share your thoughts as to what your favorite ad was or what trailer dropped that you most enjoyed. But before we get into all that, let's go ahead and just get the commercials out of the way. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for joining me today. Go ahead and click the subscribe button and hit the bell so you get the notifications when new content drops. Because every Monday right here on YouTube, we do a brand new live show right here at 10 a.m. PST. And then throughout the week, we also have movie reviews that drop on the channel, movie trailer reviews, and any special segments as well. So make sure that you click the subscribe button and hit the bell so you get notified once that new content drops so you don't miss out on anything that's happening right here on Brunansky's Vlog. Also, if you enjoy any portion of today's show, go ahead and give me the thumbs up, because the thumbs up helps people who like movie-related shows find this movie-related show right here on YouTube. So again, click the subscribe button, hit the bell so you get the notifications, and then click that thumbs up and give me the like. If at any point during the show you find yourself smiling, agreeing, or even disagreeing so much that you say something out loud and everybody in the cubicles around you can hear you, and then they want to know what you're watching as well. So before we jump even further into the weekend box office, I want to just direct your attention down below as well into the description box, because down below in the description box, we're going to have all of the links that we're going to use for today's show so you can follow along. Just go ahead and hit the little arrow, expand the box, and you'll see everything down. That'll give you the box office numbers, all the different sites that we're going to be referencing today, as well as there's going to be some articles down there for what we have to look forward to this year in film. I wrote an article about that. I also wrote an article about my thoughts on the Oscar nominations, because we got the Oscars this month. So go ahead and take a look at those two articles, maybe during the show or after the show, whatever's convenient for you. And then go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments as to what you think about my Oscar predictions, as well as are there any films that you're looking forward to coming out this year that I didn't mention in that other article. So go ahead and check those out as well. And finally, if you are interested in starting your own YouTube channel, your own Facebook live stream, your own IGTV, your own Twitch stream, whatever the case may be, right? Any online content, down below in that same description box, there is going to be some links for different items that I would recommend just to get you started. This is all entry-level gear. Very affordable. Just go ahead and check those out if you want to get your own online content up onto the interwebs for other people to check out. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the weekend box office. This weekend, I actually got out to see two films. So again, you're going to want to click subscribe and hit the bell, because those reviews are going to be dropping this week. I got out to see Free Solo, went out and checked that out in IMAX, and I also saw Green Book finally. Both of these films I very much enjoyed. For different reasons that we'll talk about a little bit later once we take a look at the weekend box office numbers. But if you haven't seen Free Solo yet and you enjoy documentaries, definitely one I'm going to recommend you guys check out. It didn't make the top 10 this week, but still a very good film. And since I used to rock climb, I was very interested in seeing, like, what is this guy doing? Like, what is his background? What is his story as a professional rock climber? And then to actually see everything happen as he's actually, like, free climbing the El Capitan. Like, it was just like, this is nuts. So definitely worth checking out, but we'll go ahead and take a look at that film a little bit later this week. So again, make sure you click the subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notified when those videos and those reviews drop on the movie review playlist. All right, so there's what I saw this weekend. Not El Capitan, Free Solo and Green Book. Let's take a look at what you guys were watching this weekend at the box office. So this weekend in our number 5, we've got Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse at $4,410,000. Number 4 is Aquaman at $4,785,000. Number 3 in its opening week, Miss Bala, coming in with $6,700,000. Then The Upside continues its run in the top 5 with another $8,850,000. And coming in at number 1 in its third week, 3 weeks in a row, Glass with $9,535,000. So job well done to Glass. Again, we've talked about this before on the show. Everybody at Universal, M. Night Shyamalan, they've all got to be happy with this, right? 3 weeks in a row in the top 5. I think they released it at a really good time. I think they did a great job with the marketing. There's a lot that worked for this film, especially at the time of year they released it, right? Because we've talked about this before on the show. There's no real competition for this film as far as the demographic of people that are going to go see an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Those fans are pretty faithful, right? And that's why his films make money. That's why people keep going back to see his films. And I think they did a great job releasing this film. And that's the same argument I'm going to use with Aquaman and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Not a lot of competition as far as the demographic of people who are going to go check these films out. Aquaman, just a good film in general, overall. Really enjoyed it. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, again, another good film in general. The animation is great. And I'm not surprised to see these films really holding on in the top 5 because, again, there's not a lot else out there. And if you went through the holiday season, right, and you didn't have an opportunity to get out to see these films, things are slowing down, right? We got through the new year. We got through all of that. Super Bowl's over now. We just kind of coast until we get to Valentine's Day or Arizona's birthday, right? Because they're the same day. So there's not a lot going on, and it leaves an opportunity open for people like me and you to get out to the theater to see these films that have been out for a while that we missed, right? Green Book, excuse me. Green Book has been out for 12 weeks, and I finally saw it this week, right? Free Solo, same thing. It's been out for a while, and I finally got out to see it. So now that, things are slowing down and people are able to kind of get back into the normal routine, it looks like they're getting out to see some of these films that they missed over the holidays. So real quick, again, Miss Bala coming in at number 3 in its opening week. I definitely think Sony might... I think they're okay with the fact that it's in the top 5, but I think they would have wanted that number 1 spot. Right now, Box Office Mojo is predicting a $15 million budget, and it's made $6,700,000 in its opening week. And again, as we've talked on the show, you don't really see films make more money in the second week, right? It's possible. We've seen films go and have great legs that just go for weeks and weeks and weeks, right? Green Book is a great example of that. Aquaman, 7 weeks out. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, 8 weeks out. Mary Poppins Returns, 7 weeks. So that didn't make the top 10. That came in just under that at number 11. But you have these films that have these legs that are running for a month, 2 months, going into 3 months, still in the top 10 or just below it at number 11 in Mary Poppins Returns case. And maybe Miss Bala has that effect. I don't know. I couldn't find a CinemaScore for it, which surprised me. But for Rotten Tomatoes critics gave it a 26% rotten, but users gave it, the audience score gave it a 65% fresh. So again, we've talked about this before where the critics go in and they see a completely different movie than the people who wanted to see this film, the fans of, maybe the fans of Gina Rodriguez or maybe the fans of just action movies in general. And they went in with an expectation, and apparently this film did a pretty good job of meeting that expectation. I wouldn't say it knocked it out of the park with 65% fresh. That is just a little bit better than half of the audience liked it. But, overall, we can say that for the most part, the people that went to see this film looked at the film and went, yeah, that was okay. That was pretty good. And it got a 65% fresh, whereas critics give it a 26% rotten. So again, I think this film was made for a specific demographic. It was made for a specific group of people who like action movies. And I think it's kind of delivering on that, right? I think it's kind of delivering with a 65% fresh. But coming in at number 3, I definitely think Sony's probably maybe just a little bit curious as to what happened that they couldn't get the number 1 spot, because I definitely believe that they probably wanted this to take that number 1 spot over Glass, definitely beating out The Upside. But The Upside, really good film. It's really slow. If you want to hear my full thoughts on that, you can check it out on the movie review playlist. It's up right now there. It's consistently slow, though. So that's what I will say about it. It's slow, but at least it's consistently slow the entire time. It doesn't really fluctuate. It's kind of like, oh, now we're really moving in the story. Oh, now we're kind of taking a little bit more casual pace to the story and how it's told. It's just slow from beginning to end, but it's a really good story, even though it is slow. Aquaman, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. You can check out my reviews for those if you want to hear my full thoughts on the movie review playlist. Those are up right now. Green Book coming in at number 6, 12 weeks out, people, and it's still in the top 10. And this is a film that is based on a true story. And 12 weeks, I finally got out to see it, and I really enjoyed my time in the movie with this film. I thought it was really good. Mahershala Ali and Viggo Mortensen did a great job. I completely get why they got the nominations they got. They just play off of each other so well. The chemistry they have, the emotion that they bring to each of their characters, and how starkly different their characters are, right? Not just because one guy is an Italian guy and the other guy's a black guy, but because of just how they grew up, the neighborhoods they come from, where they are in life, like what their stations are in life right now. Just overall, really good story. And again, they both play off of each other so well. It felt very believable. It felt very real. The looks and the expressions that they give each other when they're confused or they're upset, or, you know, they're just kind of, okay, I guess that's who this guy is. That's who this guy is. Like, everything just worked so well in this film. I am absolutely not at all surprised. I was surprised for a while. If you're faithful watchers of the show, you know, I was surprised that, 10 weeks, 11 weeks, now 12 weeks, it's still in the top 10. They keep adding it to theaters, right? More people are going out to see this. I'm going, what is it so special about this movie that they're adding it to more theaters now 12 weeks in, right? That's 3 months, 12 weeks in. It's still making bucks. People are still getting out to see it. What is it about this film? Where is the magic at in this film? And then after I walked out of the theater, I was like, I totally understand the magic of this movie, and it's really good. So if you haven't seen it, stay tuned for my full review. That'll be going up later this week. But if you haven't seen Green Book yet, definitely recommending you guys check it out, because it is a really good story. And more importantly, it just feels real. It feels real. It's based on real people, and it feels real. Again, the two actors in this film do a great job of playing off of each other. I'm not going to say like one guy's the straight guy and one guy's the comedy guy. I didn't really see it that way. I just felt like they both were fully realized individuals, and they both had their moments, and they both shared those moments on screen together in a very good, powerful and profound way. I really, really enjoyed this movie. So if you haven't seen Green Book yet, definitely recommend you check it out. Look, 12 weeks, I finally got out to see it. You can still see it too. It's not too late. Get out and check it out. All right, let's take a look at The Kid Who Would Be King. In its second week, it was plussed into a couple more theaters, not too many. Box Office Mojo has it coming in at about another 7 theaters, which is pretty good. Always good when you're adding to theaters so more people can get out to see it. But we did see a drop from week 1 to week 2 of about 41%, but I wouldn't really say that's too bad, right? Because you kind of expect that, right? We've talked about it on the show, 30 to 50% from week 1 to week 2. Anything more than 50% is a sign for caution. And kind of looking at the film, go, whew, what went wrong, which we'll talk about here in a little bit with another film. But The Kid Who Would Be King, right? It's a family film. It looked fun. It looks like it's just going to be a good story. Kids, King Arthur, right? Knights, magic, all that stuff. The trailers looked fun. Like, I don't have an expectation of walking in and going like, this is going to be the most profound piece of artistry I've ever seen in my life. But I am looking at this film going, this could be a really fun time at the movies. And that's perfectly okay too, right? That's what's great about film. That's what's great about music. That's what's great about art. You have all these different things that you can enjoy, all these different types of art, all these different types of music, all these different types of movies. It's all happening, and we're getting it right now in the box office with The Kid Who Would Be King. It's a family movie. It looks fun. So seeing it with about 41% drop, not too big of a deal. It's in its second week. It's making about $4 million, a little over $4 million in its second week. So will this film break even for Fox? I don't know. It looks fun. I might go check it out. Like I said, the trailers look good. If you haven't seen the trailers, go ahead and check them out. I did a trailer review for it, so you can check out my thoughts on the trailer review if you want. That's on the trailer review playlist. But 41%, not bad, right? We talked about it a little bit last week. It's getting pretty favorable response from the audience who saw it. So yeah, what's not to like about it? All right, real quick, we got A Dog's Way Home coming in at number 8, Escape Room at number 9, and the other documentary I want to check out. I almost went to see this one, but then Free Solo was playing in IMAX, so I was like, I'm going to check that out instead. We've got They Shall Not Grow Old, the World War I documentary, right? Taking all that old footage and kind of redoing it and putting it in color so we can actually experience World War I in color instead of black and white like we all grew up on, right? If you're as old as I am or older, you are very familiar with all those black and white movies you used to have to watch in like history classes and social studies and stuff like that. So seeing a World War I film with the original footage just colorized, I think is going to be really good. So I'm looking forward to seeing They Shall Not Grow Old. Really happy to see that it's in the top 10. A documentary film about World War I making the top 10. I think they released it at the perfect time because, like we said, Aquaman 7 weeks, Spider-Man 8 weeks, Green Book 12 weeks. They Shall Not Grow Old coming out. Escape Room is in its 5th week. A Dog's Way Home in its 4th week. So you get this film that's been out for a while, but limited release, and now it's finally going wide. It's a documentary, and all these other films that are in theaters have been in theaters for a while. So now you got something new out there, and it looks really good. I like the trailers a lot for it. So Looking forward to seeing They Shall Not Grow Old. Escape Room, we've talked about this before, a budget of $9 million. It's now at $52 million. This film is making bucks. I think everybody that was involved with the marketing and the timing for the release of this film did a great job. I think they grand slammed this bad boy. I think with the limited amount of competition this film has as far as a horror movie is concerned, or a young adult thriller, whatever you want to call it, I think they picked the right time to release this film, and it's looking like that $52 million is just sitting pretty for Sony right now. They have got to be super happy with Escape Room, and they've got to be happy with everybody involved, because $9 million, they needed to make about $18 million to, break even and start making some money. They're up to $52 million. So, I mean, what's not to like about that? They got to be popping bottles and singing songs over Escape Room. So congratulations to Sony for that one. Real quick, let's just jump down now into number 14 in the weekend box office. Number 14 is going to be Serenity. This film is just weird, people. It's just weird. It's just weird. If you want to check out my full review for that, it just dropped on the channel this week, so you can go ahead and check it out on the movie review playlist. I understand what they were going for. I just don't think they executed it well at all. This movie just way off the rails. Like it's good. And then you're like, okay, it's starting to get a little weird. And then the big twist happens and you're like, now it's super weird. It's super weird. And then everything just goes to pots right after that. This movie, we talked about it last week, right? So we said first week it made some money. We're curious to see what it would do in its second week. Cause I said last week, if you watched the show, I don't think this film is going to have legs. I think we're going to see a pretty steep drop off from week 1 to week 2. And I would be very surprised if we didn't. And it's not going to be like an 80% like we've seen before, but Serenity did drop over 60%. 61.5% is what it's showing from week 1 to week 2, coming in with just $1,700,000 now, for a total estimate right now of about $7.5 million. Matthew McConaughey and Hathaway. This movie had all of the potential in the world just to be a really good psychological thriller, because that's really what it is. It wasn't it's not like an action movie, right? It's not a horror movie. It's a film that has twists. It has turns. You can see that they've got that kind of Alfred Hitchcock vibe or something like that, where they're trying to always keep you guessing. They reveal something, but then they hide something else, and you're just constantly like, what is going on? But then it just completely right off the rails right there in the third act, or right at the twist in the second act before going into the third act. It just gets super weird, and all of a sudden nothing makes sense because of all of the reasons that are happening on the island are happening because of, one other person. And you're just like, that doesn't make any sense now. Everything is super weird. So for my full review, I'm not going to get spoilers here, because if you still want to see it, because sometimes a movie comes out, right, and it's so bad and it's so weird, maybe you want to see it. I know I have films like that where people are like, this movie was the biggest pile of garbage I've ever seen. And I'm like, if everybody hates this film, I kind of want to see it, right? What is it about this film that's so bad that everybody is like, this film is garbage? And sometimes people are like, this movie's just super weird. And you're like, maybe I should see this, because if everybody is saying it's super weird, like it's so polarizing, maybe you should check it out. And I feel like that's what's going on with Serenity. So I don't want to spoil it here, because this film is just so weird. Maybe you should watch it. Now, definitely don't waste your time in the theaters. I'll put that out. Spoiler alert. Don't waste your time going to see this film in the theaters at all. But Redbox it, stream it once it's available, or if you've got, cable or DirecTV or satellite or whatever, like once it comes available on any of the movie channels, check it out from the comfort of your own home. But save your money, save your time. There are plenty of other good films in the theaters right now that you can go see instead of this weird film. So yeah, but you should definitely check it out once it's available if you want to see a film that's very polarizing as far as like the potential it has, but it ends up being just a wild, weird festival of madness. So yeah, there it is. Serenity dropping 61.5% from week 1 to week 2. Not really surprised. I wouldn't have been surprised if we saw it drop over 70%, because it's just not good. It's just not good. So there it is for Serenity. There's your top 10 real quick, since we kind of veered off a little bit with Mary Poppins Returns and Free Solo and Serenity, since all of those are in the top 20, but not the top 10. We got top 10 real quick, just rapid fire. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go, folks. Number 10, They Shall Not Grow Old. 9, Escape Room. 8, A Dog's Way Home. 7, The Kid Who Would Be King. 6, Green Book. 5, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Number 4, Aquaman. Number 3, in its first week, Miss Bala. Number 2, The Upside. And number 1 is Glass. So there's your top 10 with a little bit of your top 20. So go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Let me know what you thought about these films in the top 10. Did you see these films? What did you think of these films? Let us know in the comments section below. That's what it's there for. Hit up the comments, leave your thoughts on these films, leave your thoughts on the top 10. All right, real quick, we're just going to take a look really quick at what happened yesterday. So congratulations to the Patriots, even though this breaks my heart into 1,000 little football pieces, because as a Steelers fan, now the Patriots are tied with us for Super Bowl victories, which is a bummer and an astonishing achievement for them, but super bummer for the Steelers fans like myself. But hey, Patriots won it. You can't take it away from them. They got the win. So congratulations to the Patriots, Tom Brady, Belichick, and everybody involved in the organization, as well as all of the fans. Congratulations to you guys. Your team won. You got the Super Bowl victory. Job well done. So real quick, let's just take a look. If you're like me and you didn't have an opportunity to really watch the game, I only got to watch like the fourth quarter of the game yesterday because I was super busy. But yesterday we had obviously the Super Bowl, and with the Super Bowl, you get commercials. And everybody that I know, for the most part, most people in America, if you watch the numbers, enjoy the Super Bowl commercials. They may not watch the Super Bowl, but they do like to go back and watch the commercials. They do like to talk about them on news shows later in the week. You'll see articles written about them, etc. And we're going to bring up some of those articles right now. And those are both going to be in the description box below. So if you didn't see the game, I get it. People get busy. I myself was busy, but we do always have the internet where we can go back and check out some of those great commercials. Or if you are a faithful watcher of television, you'll probably be seeing these commercials very soon this week, if not already this morning, because some of the commercials were pretty good. So the first article is coming to us from The Hollywood Reporter. And they did a really good job of just kind of breaking down what they thought were some of the best commercials yesterday. So go ahead and check this out again down below in the article. You can actually click on the videos and it'll play the video in the article. It won't bring up a brand new page or anything like that. So you can just watch it, then stop it, scroll up, go to the next one, watch it, stop it, etc. So pretty good stuff. I'm going to go ahead and throw mine out. My favorites yesterday were the Amazon commercial for Some Ideas Just Don't Make the Cut, right? And that was the Harrison Ford and his dog commercial where the dog keeps barking and Amazon's Alexa dog collar keeps ordering dog food. I just thought that commercial was great. Seeing Harrison Ford talk to the dog like that was really good. I enjoyed that a lot. Pepsi had a really good commercial with Steve Carell, Lil Jon, and Cardi B. I really enjoyed that. Steve Carell just really brings out a great quick performance on what is okay versus, what is the best thing in the world? Is the best thing in the world just okay? I really like that one a lot. Planters with Charlie Sheen. You see the Planters peanut guy with his little monocle driving a giant peanut truck through town. And then you see Charlie Sheen in there. I thought that one was pretty good. And finally, we had a couple trailers drop that I got to watch as well. And those are going to be the 3 trailers that I watched were the new Avengers Endgame TV spot, really short one. But pretty good. And then after that, we had Toy Story 4 released its first full trailer. So that was a nice little look at that. And then we had finally Captain Marvel has a new thing. Now, if you saw the first Captain Marvel trailer, you saw her flying through space, like shooting her energy blast and everything like that. This one, we get to see her actually punch a ship and the ship explodes. Like, what is going on? That was awesome. Like, she's just flying through space and she punches a ship and it just explodes. That's fantastic. That's the type of action movie that is just like, that made no sense and it was awesome. So if you haven't seen those 3, I'm going to recommend you check those out. That article, which you can see those trailers on, is coming to us from Entertainment Weekly. And again, all these are down below in the description box. So go ahead and just check those out. They got a bunch more than just those 3 in it, but Entertainment Weekly did, just like Hollywood Reporter, they did a good job of throwing a bunch of different videos in there, right? We got Hobbs and Shaw. We've got a new trailer for Us, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. It looks like they had a couple different ones. Got The Twilight Zone. We've got Our Planet on Netflix and a new one for Alita Battle Angel. So got a couple good ones in there. Go ahead and check those out. I know, like I said, I enjoyed the Avengers one. It's really short, but I enjoyed that one. I also really enjoyed the Toy Story 4 one. That one I just thought was a lot of fun. I like the humor in it with Buzz at the fair and the stuffed animals. I thought that was great. And then we had Captain Marvel. And like I said, seeing her fly through space and just punch a ship, that was awesome. That was awesome. All right, everybody, that's it for us this week. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm Jeremy Brunansky. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and let you guys get back to your Monday morning. Again, thank you for stopping by. If you enjoyed this show, give me the thumbs up, because the thumbs up helps people who like movie-related shows find this movie-related show right here on YouTube. Also, click subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified when new content drops, because like I said at the beginning of the show, we've got new stuff dropping this week. We got 2 movie reviews. We've got Free Solo, and we also have, excuse me, we also have Green Book. So Free Solo and Green Book, those trailers are going to be dropping this week. So stay tuned for those. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, again, thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Click subscribe. Hit the bell. We'll see you guys next Monday at 10 a.m. PST right here on YouTube for another brand new episode. But until then, and as always, folks, I'm Jeremy Brunansky. And until next time, good night and good luck.